What's up, y'all? It's the Skate Theorist. I know I like to be, a little goofier on the channel, but I'm gonna keep it a little bit real at the beginning of this. I've been seeing skate YouTuber after skate YouTuber talking about basically either being burnt out, having trouble with their identity online, or just wanting to quit. And the best advice I could give to a skate YouTuber is if you don't enjoy what you're making and you don't see a future, just give up. Call me crazy, but it's really not like it's not worth the time if you're not having fun. I have fun on my channel, so I don't mind. I'm gonna do it sometimes. Um, the money is not there. It's just a goofy little channel, and a lot of the bigger skate channels, I feel like the money's not really there either. So a lot of these guys, they have 1,000 videos. They spend what, 4 hours on every video, possibly, if not more, maybe 8 hours on a video. That 8,000 hours. Think of the things you could build, the businesses you could build off of that. So while I think YouTube can be good for money and you can make a good living, if I'm gonna be honest, skate YouTube's just not it. You could segue to something else like Mikey Taylor. Mikey Taylor might not get many views. I'm pretty sure that's the guy. He might not get views on his business videos, you know what I mean? He's talking about stocks, he's talking about Dogecoin. But what you might not know about YouTube is business people make 10 times as much at least. So if you're getting $2 per thousand views as a skate YouTuber, if you got the same amount of views in business, you'd make $20 literally per thousand. Not all the time, but I've just heard that. But yeah, I don't know, man. If you're not having fun, just give up, man. Just give up your hopes and dreams. You're not gonna make much money in it. If you're gonna spend so much time doing something you don't like doing, make sure the payoff's good. So I don't know if that's depressing. Let's go watch the pizza video. Now the pizza video I know nothing about, as usual. It's called Adieu. I bid you adieu. Goodbye, whatever. I think it means goodbye. I could be wrong. Well, that was my cracked out intro. Let's get into the skating. This trick, fucked up. I would never try that. It's pretty sketchy, but it's kind of like, I wouldn't say it's set up good because it's so sketchy, but it's about as good as a spot like that could get. I'm actually surprised he doesn't just ollie straight off the roof. The 50's cooler. Also, did it not show his slam? Dude, that was bad though. When you end up crooked in the air, there's really just nothing you can do. This spot too. So I watched part of this video. I usually watch at least a little part of it. But this spot looks pretty sick if it weren't for the water. Like if this was dried out, man, you can even tell too. Hold up. You can tell the transition on that is pretty nice. Like that has a nice mellow type of bank, it looks like. Doesn't look like it's too steep. Pretty perfect spot, really. I've never seen something like that. The bank to rail like that. Super cool spot. The drop just leads you to a murky pit of despair. Nobody really wants that. I actually, watching this, I was like, hold up, is Ricky Glazer on the pizza team? Because, like, his outfit right here, even that trick seems like something Ricky would do. His style seems like something Ricky would have. This line is crazy. So it's a negative manual, or an anti-manual pad is what I'm going to call this. Going down to up. Then he's hauling butt. Man, even this turn, he like had to skid a little bit. Looks sketchy. Into that sketchy 5-0, man. Sick video. I'm really enjoying it. That's a cool spot too. I would not trust myself to ride down that switch. Oh, wow. I don't like his trick choice there. I'm not like it looks hard. I just like on the narrow stuff like that when they go back to fakie, or even like if they could squeeze a 180 out on that, it's pretty sick. I like all the combos in this video. The first time I watched through, I was thinking, has he done a single flip trick? You might have spotted one, but it makes you wonder. You might not have, like me, and you might be thinking right now, like, I don't know. Great part though so far. I think I've watched a couple of pizza videos before I had my channel. I don't know that I've watched any on the channel. Man, that kink looked like. Here's a question. Well, do you want a longer kink or a short kink? That's a very short kink. I feel like that would maybe throw me off more. I don't know. I've only skated like the rails at the park that are kink. You know, the mellow metal park ramps. You know what I'm talking about. That looks like it could be some expensive water he's pouring on that. Just rub some dirt on it, buddy. I used to skate around, get all cut up. I thought it was cool when I was like 13, you know? I'd be like all bloody and shit. I'm so radical. This this guy, I had a conversation the other day with my buddy about he doesn't like skate videos because he can't tell if people are switch or regular anymore. Or I mean goofy or regular. This guy I'm pretty sure is goofy. I don't think he would eat it and drop. He's dropping down so weird. See, he's dropping down with his right hand, which makes me think he's used to dropping down goofy. Most people don't practice dropping down switch for them. So I'm assuming that he's goofy to the best of my ability of my assumptions. Massive switch heel. But you'll see, like, as you watch this part, it kind of gets less clear. That looked pretty, like, that looked like he's goofy, you know what I mean? But then he does this, switch heel. And one of the telltale signs, your shoulders. I feel like when people ride fakie, their shoulders are different than when they're nollie. If you pay attention, even do it on your own board. When you're nollie, your shoulders are more towards the front. They're more facing. Sometimes when you're fakie, your shoulders are going backwards, if that makes sense. So with those assumptions, I think that this was switch. Which is that's a crazy accusation that was switch. It's a pretty sick trick. But even how he's like he seems comfortable rolling away nollie. That would be nollie for him. That's another trick that, you know, just seems like that'd be fakey. Or wait, no, was that nollie on that? I gotta think about this. Okay, so that'd be nollie to switch manual back. A headache is what this guy is. You can't tell me that looks switch though. Man, he's so good. Yeah, I was talking to my friend, like I said. He's like, oh, I don't like it. I can't tell who's what. I'm like, what are you complaining that everybody's too good? He's like, yeah. But also, if you haven't been following the newer guys, that was sick. So wait, that was Switch? You haven't been following the newer guys, which, you know, sometimes a guy pops up, you have no idea who he is. You're not going to know his stance. So it makes some sense. I used to know a guy who, bro, he could name literally every single skater and like what they rode for. He'd be like, this guy has this bearing sponsor with that wheel sponsor. Dang, dude, was that Switch too? Switch heel manual? I'm pretty sure his whole part switched, to be honest. Yeah, he could name every single sponsor that any pro had at the moment. He couldn't kickflip. I'm not saying that to be mean. If you can't kickflip, I'm not hating. It's just I was never that guy that knew everything. I was just the guy who likes to skate. He was the guy who knew everything, couldn't skate for shit. I feel a little more comfortable saying that about him because he was an asshole. Complete asshole. He'd always be talking about how trash my tricks look. Like, you can't even kickflip. How you telling me my tricks look bad? I mean, was he right? Probably. But who is he to tell me that? I went on that rant. I haven't been paying much attention to the video, but it's sick skating. Very satisfying. Like my quality's down. Gotta HD this, sorry. My Wi-Fi ain't bad. Oh, hold up, I gotta see that. Wow, that was a massive backflip. This trick's so crazy. What's funny about tricks like this, I mean, skaters, you know how hard a trick is, but if they didn't show you his attempts, you might have thought he got that, like, I don't know, first try or something. It was so clean. But if you're not a skater, you might see something like that and think, like, every skater can do that. You have no concept of how hard things are. Dang, this dude's hauling. Nice 5-0 to fakie. Oh, okay, so he is. That couldn't have been switch, right? But he's doing them both so clean. Okay. I am guessing that he's regular. Let me. This is almost impossible to know, man. That looks switch. His shoulders. See how his shoulders are turned? I'm just guessing. Some dudes, too, the shoulder turn thing, it probably doesn't, like that trick to know if somebody's regular or switch. Not that anybody around you is probably good enough to even wonder. But the shoulder turn thing, I think the more pro you go, probably the less accurate that guess would be. I don't know. That heel flip 5-0's got to be your regular stance, man, because that's a crazy trick. Yeah, this dude's going off. I like these types of parts. I feel like you kind of gotta watch. It's like a good rap song. You gotta watch it, listen a couple times before you really catch everything. Like a good rap song, you listen to it, you know, 3 to 10 times before you're like, oh, I'm starting to get most of these lines, you know. Or you could just listen to Lil Uzi Vert, Migos and stuff. They're pretty simple. They're fun too. Wow, that was big. You know what? If you're gonna kickflip lip a hubba, a, if you're gonna kick if you're gonna kickflip lip a 12 stair hubba, this is a pretty good one to do it on. That was kind of weird. Didn't seem like, a manual pad. Just the concrete switched to asphalt. That's all they needed. That's some quick feet stuff right there. Yeah, this pizza Adieu videos is pretty great. Oh man, when people do this, I don't even like to 180 up something narrow. This dude's doing like that sketchy lip slide to that. The lip slide wasn't sketchy, but doing it to ride fakie is sketchy. Oh, nice Wally. Yeah, that was sick. It seemed like he did that thing where he kind of catches halfway primo, like he like pulled it back together, you know. I saw that spot in another video. Can't remember whose it was though. Maybe a Shod Ware. That's a sketchy rail, dude. Anything where it has that like curve at the end would never touch that. Man, really good people too. They can make these terrible rainbow rail type rails look so smooth. Like, that didn't feel smooth for him. He had to force that out, but it looked very smooth. That's a 6 spot. That looks like way too metal, though. Like, that thing looks way too steep to be doing that. A gap like 10 feet. Sorry if I seemed depressing about the skate YouTube thing, but there's really no money in it. Unless you're like the guy. But even John Hill, who, has about the most subscribers. No, that lady killed the angle. That's sick. But, John Hill, who's undeniably one of the biggest channels, he's talking about leaving skating. It's like, I'm telling you, he wouldn't be doing that if he was making as much money as he used to. That's just speculation, but, if he's really raking it in crazy, he'll find a way to keep skating. That was the ender. Watch that again. Yeah, that's metal. I'm pretty sure. I think that was switch. I'm not sure. But yeah, what y'all think of that video? What do you think about being a YouTuber? Do you think it's worth the risk? My brother tried to become like, he saw me get some views. He's like, okay, I'm gonna make a video or two. And he in like the gaming niche. But after he edited one video, he's like, I don't even care. I don't even want to do this ever. Like, even if he got views, he's just like, dude, this is not worth the editing is so lame. Given I'm a reaction channel, he was editing a gaming video. It's very different. Anyways, it's been a while, and it might be a while.